What's up, Patriots? Welcome to the CG Patriot Podcast, Awake with Reason. This is just a quick little message on the new shoes that have been released, the Nike Satan shoes. I've seen a bunch of stuff on the internet as well as on Twitter, and I was curious. I think I saw them a couple days ago. Haven't heard much about it in the main MSM. I think there's a reason behind it. Not necessarily sure. I did do some research. Apparently, Nike is not part of the partnership with this Nike Satan shoe. It is a company called MSCHF. I think that's how you say it. But let's go ahead and get into it. All right, guys. So I did a really quick search on this. I kind of want to show you how the search starts off. So obviously, one of the top hits is this. So when you start typing it in, you got the literally first billing right here. Okay. So the interesting part is that obviously the Nike site comes up. So I'm in advertising. Okay. Basically, I've been doing this for a long time. And the interesting part is that if Nike wasn't involved at some level in this, they would not be. This is the first thing I found and I want to call out. They would not be showing up with an ad for this keyword. Okay. If they didn't want to associate themselves with this particular campaign, they would do everything in their power to actually not show up with this particular keyword. All right. So that's the fishy part that I saw originally. Second is that the next one is Nike shoes at Zappos. And we could do a whole show on Zappos because I think there's a lot of weird stuff behind that from what I've heard. So that's the next link. And that's also an ad. All right. So again, keyword ad. That means they're specifying that they want this to show up here. And if they, again, as you notice, what you'll notice here is that you've got the bold, which is this one and this one, okay? And you don't have this one, which sticks out. But at the same time, you can do, if you have a campaign, you can specifically target words you do not want to show up with. So again, any news is good news, apparently. And this is how it works in marketing. So let's move on. So none of these articles that really show up, we've got Snopes that says it's, let's go into that one first. Actually, it's kind of funny. You know how Snopes is. The story behind Snopes is absolutely ridiculous. Like, don't even get me into it right now. So Snopes says it's a mixture of true and false. So I did look into this, and there is not an official association, but so this is relatively true. What they're saying here. So what's true is Lil Nas X partnered with MSCHF to create a limited edition Satan shoe that MSCHF says contains a drop of human blood. The shoes are Nike Air Max 97s. What's false is although the shoes are Nike, a Nike spokesperson told us that the company has nothing to do with the creation or sale of the Satan shoes. So that's where it gets interesting. All right. If Nike wanted nothing to do with this, and they wanted to completely remove themselves from the Satan shoe. All right. What you would see next is a cease and desist from Nike to this particular rapper. All right. Lil Nas X. So you would see another article come out and saying that cease and desist because of the brand. Because you wouldn't want to associate the brand with Nike. Okay. So again, let's dig, like I said before, if they didn't want to show up with this particular keyword chain, they wouldn't show up. They've got tons of money. They wouldn't. All right. So let's get into this a little bit more. There is zero big name MSM folks talking about this. The one top billing here is Heavy. All right. And then TMZ. So again, Snopes, TMZ, Heavy. What does this do to the credibility? in the eyes of the people who aren't awake. This basically states that it's some kind of April Fool's joke, which they go into, right? They try to kind of basically chalk it up to a April Fool's joke, which it is absolutely. I'm telling you right now, this is not. This is in your face, blatant. They don't do this. They don't not do this on purpose in the music industry. We all know about the new music industry. If you haven't heard about it, there are tons of like magic and tones and ways that they cut this music together to basically brainwash the youth. All right. So as we go down through here, I'm going to show you this video real quick. You know what? I don't know what the deal is with the copyrights on this, but I'm just going to go through it. But I wanted to show you how. So these shoes are apparently aligned with his music video. And what they're trying to get away with is the fact that the same company, MSCHF, apparently launched a Jesus shoe, and now they're launching their Satan shoe. So that makes it okay. And, you know, he's going, what they go into here is that it says, here's the kicker. Apparently these shoes will contain 1 drop of human blood, blah, blah, blah. Unclear whose blood exactly is being used for this, but it is provocative without a doubt. Of course, the collab follows Nas X dropping a visual project for, you notice how they use these things, these keywords, a visual project, dropping a visual project. Like, so it's basically to say that this isn't real, like this is just art, right? This is just a form of art, guys. That's how they do it. So visual project for his track, Call Me By Your Name, which got a lot of mixed reactions this past week. No shit. Sorry, didn't mean to swear. It depicts him descending into hell and cozying up to Lucifer himself and giving him an erotic lap dance, no less. Some loved it, saying it was a celebration of Nas X's sexuality. Others, including some parents, felt it was over the top. No shit. You know what? I'm doing a piece here on a Satan shoe. I can swear a little bit. Felt it was over the top, and MSCHF. I don't know what that means. Especially considering that Nas X's younger audience, aka children, who came to love him through Old Town Road. Seems LNX is embracing the fame Jordan F them kids mantra. He's all in on the HE double hockey sticks, etc. The shoes will retail for over $1,000 and hit the market on March 29th. So take a look at this real quick. I'm going to turn the volume down now. All right, so it starts off. This is Illuminati all over it, guys. This is the stuff kids are watching, man. Come on, dude. This is the stuff that's brainwashing our kids. Insane. Insane. And this is on YouTube. Think about this. This shit is on YouTube. And my coverage of this satanic, disgusting, ridiculous marketing, brainwashing campaign towards our freaking kids will probably get banned because I'm talking about it in a derogatory way. But this shit can still remain. This lap dances with the devil. Come on, bro. And this is fine. This is totally fine, guys. This is okay. This is okay. That shit right there is okay on YouTube. Come on, man. We either are part of the problem or part of the solution. And you got to stand up for this stuff when you see it. And I wasn't going to do a video about this just because I didn't want to, I don't know, promote the crap that's coming out of this. But the fact is that somebody's got to say something about it. And I'm saying something about it. This is 100% in your face bullshit. And I saw a lot of folks on Twitter getting pissed about it. And people should get even more pissed, because what I'm seeing here, guys, is Nike is staying an arm's length away from this, but they're not going against it fully. I haven't seen a single article talking about, defamation of character or branding or any kind of legal backlash from Nike against this campaign, because at the end of the day, this is the kind of thing that looks like a Nike ad, right? So there's a lot of things that need to go on legally for him to be able to promote this with the Nike swoosh behind the scenes. All right. So again, Nike says they have nothing to do with it, but they're showing up with an ad. And I would all day long, if somebody wanted to tell me that they were a ad campaign expert and that they were an SEM expert, which is search engine marketing, I would go toe to toe with them and basically let them know that they're wrong and this is bullshit, because this kind of thing is purposeful, particularly for second billing with Nike. You type in Nike, Satan's shoe comes up. They're taking advantage of it. They're not talking out about it. They're saying a spokesperson says that they're not affiliated with it, but that's complete garbage here, guys. Complete garbage. And nobody's covering it, man. Nobody's covering it. TMZ is like first billing, then Snopes. Washington News Post, that's not the real Washington Post. Nobody's touching this. Nobody is touching this at all. SGT reports up here. That guy's awesome. Gateway Pundit. Gateway Pundit's never on the first page for this kind of thing. Nobody's touching this thing. Nobody's touching it. All right. So I just want to give you guys an update on that. I want to throw this out there. I'm going to give you my insight on how, this is really unfolding in regards to Nike, making statements that they're not involved with this. When it comes down to it, they're involved. They're involved because they would be fighting back against this brand association instantaneously if it didn't benefit the brand of Nike. And I know Nike did the whole, BLM thing, was late last year. That's when I stopped personally. That's when I stopped wearing Nikes. I don't wear Nikes anymore. I stopped wearing them last year. Don't promote that kind of shit, and don't that kind of brainwashing bullshit in front of us. I'm sorry to swear, guys, but this is absolutely ridiculous. And we got to start standing up for stuff like this. This stuff cannot be, particularly with me. Like, I have a son who's 5 and I have a daughter on the way. And I'm not going to allow this kind of thing to be in the forefront of their lives moving forward. I'm just not. This is not going to happen, dude. I'm going to put a big fight with this. And I suggest you do the same, because this is in your face FU shit right here. Literally, this is what happened. I was talking to my wife earlier today about, the greatest generation. Look at this shit. The greatest generation that ever lived was my grandfather's generation. They went through world wars. They went through the Depression, all of these things, and they were hard as nails, but they were like the most stand-up, respected people. My grandfather walked in a room, instant respect for the guy, and he's the kindest man you'd ever meet. But this kind of shit, this is what's brainwashing our kids, folks. It's insanity. Absolute insanity. All right, guys. You guys have a great weekend. Sorry to bring this topic up. I'm sure you would have heard about it some other way. I just want to give you my insight on the topic. And, look at this. Lil Nas X says children are his core audience right now, and that's okay. Yeah, I'm sure it is. All right, guys. So you have a good rest of your weekend, and stay frosty.